Hey y'all, it's Melissa at MessyMissy Creates. I'm just plugging away in my journal, trying to catch up, trying to keep up, whatever you want to call it. This is where we left off, and this was Saturday the 18th. I'm just going to throw that there for right now. We had a birthday, but we also fished. Oh, that's for birthday too. I wasn't sure what of that I wanted to put on. Anyway, I've got glitter everywhere now. Okay, and then afterwards we fished, and then we went to my nephew's house. It was his birthday and my sister's birthday. Not his mom, one of my other sisters. But anyway, I want to find some, perhaps I should look in here. I want to find some washi for here real quick. And I don't know that I'm going to use this image. Let's use pumpkins. I never use this one. Why don't I ever use this one? Well, it's got a white background, so that might be part of the reason. I always end up using this one. Oh, I like it. Maybe because I like it. Oh, now would be the time to use my I Love Fall. Except I don't know if I want that wider one. So let's go back to the pumpkins. You know, did you... had a nice chat with myself. Did you enjoy that? These pumpkins are going to be facing out if I do it this way. Do I care? Maybe, but maybe I don't have time to care. Maybe it's okay if they face whichever way they face. How about that? So, anyway, I just like some washi tape on the edges of the comp paper because it sturdies it up a little bit. Put that back up. Put that back in my fall stuff, my fall washi. And I just think it looks pretty. And there's pumpkins over here. So it ties the orange in over there and blah, blah, blah. All right, so I have some. This is for the birthday later. I definitely am going to have a pocket, I do believe. This is what time we get out on the water. Well, we were on the water for already about 20 minutes before the sun started to peek up. And then this was sunrise. So this is such a beautiful time, peaceful time to be on the water in the mornings. I don't particularly care to get up that early, but it is beautiful once we get out there. And we had a tournament this day, and I have most everything cut out, except I hadn't decided on which fishing images I wanted. First, let me show you, I have new printables. These are my November printables that I'm going to use. They're sweater, it's sweater weather. And they have they're a golden yellow with a burgundy sweater number in them. Sweater design. And so there's 31 numbers. And a sweater that says sweater weather, some extra smaller journaling spots, and then this large page of journaling spots. These have a canvas finish. I don't know if you can pick up that texture. And then these have a sweater finish. So, and then here are my days of the week. They're scarves. Now, I could only fit 3 weeks on here, so you will have to print a 4th week. But anyway, and this one has a little turkey. These have leaves, so on and so forth. So I will have these listed by the time this video airs, because I know we're pushing the last days of October, not in my journal, but in real life. Okay, back to what I was saying. I'm not sure which fishing image I'm going to use. That's clip art that I need to... I was trying to find in my magazines, one where a man and a woman were in the boat. This was the closest I could find. But there's actually 3 people in that boat, so that really wasn't, you know. This one's good, but I'll use that when my husband's just fishing by himself. This is a good generic fishing thing. But I found Fish On. We did end up winning this tournament. And I found the name of this magazine is Bassmaster. There's the Bassmaster Classic, and you know, it's a thing. So this says Bassmaster. Bassmaster. So I thought about, it's a women's initiative, a network with a community of anglers, develop your skill sets, confidence on the water, blah, blah, blah. Oh, maybe I ought to. Oh, well, that one workshop was in New York. So, and this is from a couple years ago. But I thought I might incorporate these words because I was on the fish that day. And my husband caught a bunch right off the bat, and then I caught the big ones. And we won. Now, this one I'm going to save because this looks just like my husband in his cold weather suit, sunglasses, the everything. So that one I'm going to set to the side. This I'm going to save for when he's cleaning out his boat shed and digging through all of his lures and things like that. This was Be the Leader. I wanted these words. And then I thought about using this guy with this trophy. I don't know. Maybe I still haven't finished September yet. And my husband did win Angler of the Year. So, anyway, but there were, he didn't get a trophy though. We get a mug, or he got a shirt that has Angler of the Year, and it has all the years that he's won. 5 years now, 2 years and 3 years in a row, I think. But anyway, this was Women with Fish, and I thought about using that, but I didn't do it by myself, so it was a team effort. So I think I'm just going to use this generic one and then maybe some of those words. So I'm going to cut this out. You know, I think it's funny. I actually read more of this magazine than my husband does. And they wonder why I can beat them fishing sometimes. Working on your wobble. It's, when you fish with underwater lures, it's all in how you wiggle your worm, right? Or in this case, it's a creature, not just a worm, but a creature. Creature bait. But anyhow, so I think I was done with that page. So this matches this page. I could use it as a tuck. It's not this is a very thin magazine image or paper. I'm going to think about the words. And this was the first tournament of the actual the tournament year. And we won the tournament, so we're in the points lead for right now. So, where do I want, before I even answer that question, I think I know the answer. Now, this does not match this. This was one of those days that I was like, okay, I'm going to have trouble with this. But I do have either this or this. And obviously, this matches this page. So, if I make my pocket here, I could put this here and the day and date up here, and I could cut out Be the Leader. Now after the next tournament, we might not be in the lead. Depends on who won and how much they beat us by. But I might save that image. It says, don't follow the leader, be the leader. Do I want all the words? Or, well, let's see if we want all the words. Let's see if it's going to fit. So, ooh, I actually kind of like that. Okay. So that would be good on that page. This would be good for, I could put these pictures of the sunrise on a tag. I could put the birthday stuff on a tag. I know this covers up most of the pumpkins, but it is green and it matches. And I have a pencil somewhere. I won't use the Bassmaster on this one. I like that one because next month I might not be able to use that, right? So let me mark where I want this cut. I think I want it cut right about here. I didn't make that very big. Get out my trimmer. So I was trying to the other day, I try to mix up my journal videos and just some other crafty, you know, like journal related crafts, making pockets, making clusters, things like that. And I was going to try to make a different type of video, but truth is I need to catch up in my journal, and I don't know. So I think I'm just going to do that. Instead of mixing in other types of videos, I'm going to do a couple journal with me videos in a row. And just hope that you all enjoy them. And if nothing else, I mean, worst case scenario, they don't get watched. And I have sat in here and talked to myself, but I've gotten my journaling done. Right? That's the worst case scenario. But, and then it's time to make the November journal. So, I don't want to lollygag too long. I do not believe that I have a birthday notepad. So, I think I will just pick... these are not going to fit in here. I have this. I have Be Happy. That matches. And then I could use my orange gingham. I could use this one for the... Oh no, why doesn't that fit? Why doesn't that fit? Oh dear. I could put these on here. It's not a big deal. And then I could... But this one matches... I mean, I can drop it down and put this one right here or over here. And then, am I still in frame? And then this one here. And then I can write about the beautiful sunrise and so on and so forth. So I could do that. Then use my orange gingham for the birthday stuff. Now, I don't think that all the birthday stuff is going to fit on the gingham. We took my mother-in-law over and we ate. They got a head start on us because they started at like 2:30 and we didn't get there until almost 5 because we don't weigh in until like 4. No, I'm sorry, we weigh in at 3. And we let's see. Anyway, my husband and my mother-in-law and my sister were sitting across from me, and she was just enjoying herself so much. My mother-in-law was. And I thought I would just grab a picture of that. I don't think I like all that on there. Maybe we'll find somewhere else to put the birthday cake. So, I'm trying to think of whether I want to put... I tell you what, let's glue this side down because I'm pretty sure about that. And let me and I like that on the gingham. The picture, and we played left, right, center. If you ever never played that, it's pretty fun. That's not true. I don't like that game. That is not true at all. It is my least favorite game. But it is my family's favorite game. Oh, no, no, I just used it. I was going to say I left my glue in. It's my family's favorite game to play. And they just take my money. That's all. You start with $3 and you roll, and you either pass it to your left, or you pass it to your right, or you put it in the center in which it's dead. You know, it just goes there and stays there until the idea is to be the last person holding $1, even if it's just one. And so I finally won one game the last time we played. Not this time, but the time before that. Whose birthday would we have played it? Not sure. Oh yeah, I was thinking about using that as a tuck, wasn't? No, I wasn't, because I made the pocket over here. Okay, I like this. I think this fits perfectly. I like using words in my journal pages. And I like the angle. Whoops. Like that. I like that. And I like this. Okay. So we made some decisions. Covered up all the pumpkin. Oop. I've got the glue booger. We've covered up pretty much all of the pumpkins on this page at this point, but it's all right. Saturday the 18th. So we did not end up getting to see my other sister, whose birthday it was also, which was sad. I hated not to see her. I wanted to see if I put this back here, if we put this in here, are we going to be able to see the sunrise? No. So we're not going to see the sunrise anyway. Actually, I could put the sunrise down here and cover up some more pumpkins. And then just put this one right here and right about the tournament. That might actually work. Because I think this is really pretty, and I really would like, to back it with something. But for now, I am going to glue this down to here because I do like this. And seeing how I'm covering up all of my, journaling, I was, planned on using the grid paper for my journaling, but, I mean, I still can. I can still use part of it. Oh, hold on. I don't have a cluster. I mean, an official cluster. Wait a minute. Time out. Let me move all this that got put in my cluster bucket. I sure wish I'd remember this on the front end instead of the back end after I've already glued everything down to a page. Well, I can certainly put that there. It's going to cover up the entire thing. I could put this here. That's not horrible. But then I was going to put that picture down there. Darn it. Darn it all. Made that one too. If I have a small enough one, I could put it down here. That's not quite small. I think that's my smallest one. Don't let me lose that picture. Got that one. I've got that one. I made this one. This one's not huge. Still hides the fish. Let's see what it does to here. Because I could certainly let this hang over. And then I could still put the sunrise picture right there. And then I covered up all those pumpkins. What if I put this up here in the background? You're not going to be able to see it. Because I really like this right here. I like that too. But that would mean that this picture would have to go somewhere else. I like this because it brings the green. Well, I mean, the green's already over here. But it has the green and the orange in it, and I like that. Probably have more days. I do, that have green and orange. It's not a big deal. Don't lose that picture. I mean, I could put the sunrise picture down here too, and that would certainly work. It wouldn't hide much of the fishing picture. I think we'll do that. Sweater weather, it wasn't quite cold enough to be sweater weather. It felt great. It was in the 50s that morning. Oh, I have another one. Nope. I'm thinking that one. Okay, so I could put this here. It hides a little bit of that lure, but that's it. It doesn't hide the fish. And this would be front and center. And then this would be in the back, behind here. Be happy. It certainly does make me happy to fish with my husband. I also have some fall. No, I've already glued that to that. Never mind. Scratch that whole thing. Okay, let's just do this, because I think if I let this go over here like this, I'm not going to want anything else here, and it does at least maintain some of the pumpkins on the page. So let me glue this down to here. I wish I'd have scooted that over to the edge a little bit further, but I got to remember the clusters on the front end, not on the tail end of the event, or on the page. I think I'm going to do that last. So I have a picture peeling up here. See if we can convince it to stay down. So how are y'all doing? I ask that all the time. And I mean it. Inquiring minds want to know. Are you playing along with the clusters? I think I decided not to use that one, right? And I don't need that right now. I need this. This is what I need. I need this and left, right, center. Oh, you know what I could do? Anyway, so we went over to my nephew's house. They had already eaten, but we ate after we got there. I kind of like that as a pull tab. It's just paperweight, but it makes kind of a cool pull tab. It's going to block the Be Happy, but that's okay. Or I can put it here, and I like that too. If I put it up here, just go with me for a second. Then I could put the birthday cake right here. Or the happy birthday, but I think the birthday cake matches better. I don't think it's going to prevent. Let me glue this picture on, and then we'll be able to get a good idea of what the other will look like, because this will quit moving once it's glued on. So I can glue it down from the top just a hair. And so my options, oh, but wait. I could use this as chipboard. Okay, that's going to stick way, y'all can't see that. That's going to stick way too far off the top of the journal. Never mind. Scratch that. Same with the cake. It would stick way up above the journal. I could put the cake right here. And, oh, I was going to put left, right, center right there. Or at the top. And then I could put the cake here. However, if I put this here, I can put the cake here. And indicate the birthday. And then that way left, right, center can go back down here. And, hide somebody's drink. No, it doesn't matter. I mean, I think that will work. There's the pile of money in the center. So I lost. We played like 2 or 3 games. It's $3 each round. Now, there was one day that we played, what day was that? I want to say it was like Thanksgiving or Christmas Eve or some get together, and we played somebody's idea to play $5, play with $5 bills, which that's $15 because you start with 3 of them, and then you're passing one here, passing one there, passing one there. And one of my youngest nieces won. I mean, she was like 13 or 14 at the time. And I was like, oh my goodness. So, she won like every one we did. And I'm like, okay, I'm not playing with her anymore. I lose too badly. I could put this back here. No, I think I like it here. And I could just kind of make it part of the cluster. Why not? I don't want to lose that orange. Am I in frame? I don't want to lose that orange piece. I don't want to lose the dangle over either. So, how stuck down is that pumpkin? How stuck are you really? Nah, I think I'll just put it over here. We'll get the idea. Okay, I'm going to use the art glitter glue for both of these. So, is this everything we fished? And we'll... Oh, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. I knew I needed this paper for some reason. I don't have to have this on here, but I want it on here. Because we don't come in first all the time. I should have cut this out ahead of time. I'm sorry. I actually thought that I had cut everything out for this page. And I really didn't sit here and intend on cutting all these little, whatever these points. But, anyhow. So, but we had a good time. It's always fun to go and visit with my family. And, the one sister hasn't been, whose birthday it was, she hasn't been doing stuff with family functions lately. I'm not sure. I know she works a lot. But, I don't know. She said she was sick. She said she had had pneumonia for the last couple weeks, and so, I guess I should, have gone and taken her something, or offered to take her some soup or something, but we've got our hands full right now. So, anyway, so I went back to the pain management doctor. Oh, so if y'all heard my last, I think it was on my last video. And we're just going to put this one. Well, we're going to cover part of the fish. How about that? You get the idea that it's a fish. It's still a fish. And we're going to hang it over the page like that. And yeah, hindsight's 20/20, right? Okay. We're going to do it. I'm just not going to glue. I'm not going to put glue on that outer part. Because I want it on there. I printed it. I might as well use it. So, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to use my art glitter glue. I'm going to glue on this cluster. I'm going to glue on the cake. Some pages have way more than others. And it's all good. Trying to kind of line that up with that other doily right there, but that may not be as easy as it looked. I don't want glue on those candles because I think they're going to stick above the pocket. I do believe, or part of them will. Oh, not much of them, but okay. So we have fishing, our fishing tails, and we have our games, and there. We have our cluster, we have our birthday, we have our sunrise. That is way crooked. Wow. Oh, and it's not moving. Nope, it's there. Okay. And our first place. Okay, so how long did that take us? 30 minutes. Wow. I knew that one was going to take a little bit longer, but if I hadn't forgotten the cluster first, might not have taken quite that long. Okay, so Sunday. Look, hey, there's nothing for Sunday. I don't have everything cut out for this day. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh, and am I going to ink this page? Because if I am, I'm going to do it pretty soon. Like right now. While I cut the stuff out and it dries. And I find my little baggie. I'm my little baggie. I know you're in here some. Oh, you know what? I put it up. I did good. I put it up, but I put it in that safe place, and then I almost forgot. You know what happens to things that get put in safe places? Okay, I almost squirted Fabri-Tac on that. That probably wouldn't have been a good idea. I'm going to use this green because it matches that green. And then if I want to tie any other colors into it, I can, but I don't know. I mean, I can always put an orange on it when it dries, although the colors do still react because it's the distress ink. So let's let that dry while we cut out stuff. So it stormed in the morning, which we have been lacking rain very severely. So we were not sad that it stormed, rained, whatever. So we just kind of, you know, had a lazy morning and just had coffee and watched probably in the heat of the night. Or the other thing we watch is Rizzoli and Isles. Does anybody watch that, or have you watched it? We love that show. I think it's so funny. This is our second time through watching them in order. It's been a while. We waited a little while before we started them over. Little House on the Prairie, we almost automatically started them over because I started them over without him, and he's like, well, don't watch them without me. I said, okay. I didn't think you want to watch them again. So, let's see. I have this big pile of boxes, and it's a very blurry image too, I might add. We went over, we went and cleaned out a room in my mother-in-law's house. My father-in-law had a train layout set up in what was supposed to be her office, and it was taking up, it needed to go, and it needed to be cleaned up because she couldn't even get in the room with her walker. And one of the aunts or his brother or somebody that had come into town had already taken all the trains off the layout and boxed them up. But that was my father-in-law's hobby. And he had built this little layout, you know, when they retired, whatever. I really don't need this cat on top. but he's here, so I guess we might as well keep him. Unless we need to chop off, I don't know where we'd chop him off at. But it's just a box and some other random stuff. Because that's what was in the office, was boxes and other random stuff. So we took all the track off and disassembled the layout and boxed everything up and took it back and put it in this building, the dreaded building. See, that dried pretty fast. For the sale. So he's got some train friends. I'm gonna probably call them and let them come and go through the train stuff. And then we watched. Well, yeah, I guess we did watch the race. I started to say he watched it, but I do watch part of it with him. One of the reasons why I do is because he records it. I do have a couple drivers that I like, and one's doing well. And my favorite one is doing well. His favorite one was doing well and is not doing well anymore. He didn't make the playoffs or whatever they do. They have a weird system. But, okay. So, and then I worked on some Etsy stuff. I thought I had another. I do. And I just printed it. Where did it go? Oh, I didn't even take it off the printer. So, this was the room. I did not get a before picture, but we set up her office and she could get in it and she was happy. So she's got her desk and computer and printer and this little bookshelf behind her. And so this was her coming in, us letting her see the final end result. So she was pleased, but like the whole time we were in there working, she kept trying to talk to us. And I kept having to stop what I was doing and walk out because she was in the living room, which wasn't that far away, but the way that the walls kind of do an L shape, I couldn't hear her. And it wasn't anything that urgent. It just was, she was just going to tell me something. And so I'm second guessing myself cutting those apart, if you couldn't tell. So I told her, I said, do you want this done or not? She's like, yeah, but I'd like to be in there with you. And I said, well, there's really no room in here right now. I mean, I understand that she wanted to visit with us, but it was not happening. Okay, guess what we're going to do first? Cluster. I see a green one. That brings some orange into the page. I like it. I like it. I like it. And so I keep looking. If you like it, why do you keep looking? Just making sure. I mean, this one would match too, but still not sweater weather. I don't think I'm ever going to get to use that one, or I'm just going to have to pretend. Okay, so right off the bat, I think I want to put this here. I have put all these doilies right here. Well, I guess eventually it doesn't matter because this is not going. I mean, it could go on that side. There's no reason it couldn't. I could tip it in like that if I needed the writing space. I also am questioning, do I need a pocket? I don't know. I think this could technically be a tuck, or this could be a tuck, because I could glue here and then have like a little tuck right there if I wanted to put, but let's see if we need all that, because I don't know if we need, I don't have a lot of writing room, I guess. So we did that. I was thinking about using this cup of coffee because we had this is some little coffee sticky notes that Hope gave me. I thought about using that. And then we could put the after pictures over here. And yes, that leaves me with no room to write. So, let me move that for a second. So yes, let's make a tuck out of this. That will, it's cardstock. It'll be a good tuck. So I will glue it here and here. And let's see, where and where? Here. And, oops, I got hung up on the doily. All right, and that's gonna go down here. I like the way that it puts some color on the page. It matches the green, but it doesn't, but it brings in some orange, and maybe I should have, well, we've got some orange over here. I'm not that worried about that. I'm not gonna add orange ink into the mix. So, but what I can do is I can add the orange, that orange gingham, or one of the orange. I mean, at some point I can use the Happy Haunting. Let me tear one of these off just so that I have it. I mean, I don't have to just use that on Halloween. I could use, nope, that's turquoise and orange. This is, that would be pretty. I could make a tag out of that. I'd need to back it with some writing room, or because it's slick. I don't know that I could write on the back of it, but it does bring some orange into it. I'd probably cut it down a hair. And then in which case I would probably move this all over here. Let me just set that in place just to see. I'd probably trim it right there, although I don't have to, but I'd probably want to. Let's see. And we could put the finished pictures here. We could put this here, that up here. I think I was working on Etsy while we were doing our little coffee routine. And then we had to bring all the boxes back, and the train layout. We had to deconstruct the train layout, which was made of 2x4s and plywood and all these extras. And let me repin my glue. And we had to unload them off the trailer because, well, we just had to, and it was supposed to rain. So I don't like all this right here. I'm wondering if I can put, I want this on top. Will this fit here? Yes, it will. So I could have this in here. I could cut the kitty cat off. As a matter of fact, I could cut this little lamp off and cut right here, because there was no lamp involved. The kitty cat, I'd have to take off that top box because his tail goes down into it, but I could definitely have that here. And then back it with something to write on, like that and that. I would want something on top of it, like some ribbon. And then I could have this here, and the storm cloud, and my coffee cup, and my Etsy. There we go. Okay, so let me glue this down. This sticks, so let me get this glued. And that way we get something glued down anyway. And I think I'm going to end up with a little bit of writing space on this day, which will be fine. I'm not sure if this is, like I said, a slicker paper. I'm not sure if I can write on that or not. And I think I'm going to angle that like this. Well, I say like this. I'm putting glue on it. like that. Okay, that way it doesn't look so boxy. And then I can just have these two things together like that. And I can, because I probably was doing this while I was watching TV, to be honest with you. I don't know if I was listing stuff or, and I might have been, I don't know. But and then I'll glue this down. It's just a sticky note, so it's not going to stay stuck. Stay stuck. There. Well, looky here. I made a little cluster up here. That did not want to stay down. Okay, so let's take this off and flip our page over so we don't get sticky on it. And glue down the picture first. Let me put this here. I want to drop it down enough that if I put, let's see, I can overlap these like this. Okay. Yeah, so that's good. And like that. And then she had the carpets cleaned. She's got tile, like the wood plank tile, everywhere except for the bedrooms. And this is a little office. It's not, I mean, it's really too tiny to be a bedroom. It's a, she has a, I don't know, 3-bedroom house. And this little room, I mean, you could use it as like a baby room or a toddler room or something like that. But you'd be hard pressed to fit more than a, I mean, you know, you could fit a twin bed in it and like a little dresser and whatever, but it's not very big. So, and I didn't end up trimming that down, so we'll see how that works. It's going to catch, but I think we're going to leave it unless I take a little slice off of each side. And I want to punch a hole, and I have plenty of fabric, ribbon. I have, as a matter of fact, I have orange gingham. You know what I have? This is vintage ribbon. It's got brown and orange and green on it. And I think, and yes, I'm cutting this with my paper scissors because it has a very papery texture to it. But this wasn't my first choice, but it was first thing I just saw. And staple it to here. Because we've got all the colors covered. Find my little tiny Tim. That's the hard part, is getting that in there. Because otherwise I don't get the staples straight. Okay, here we go. That may work. That was a little bit better. Come on, go in there. There you go. Now you got it. Okay. And then I can put something. I don't want that one because it's got black and white thread. I did that one more for Halloween. But I can put a little circle of some sort there. Or, if I just want to cover the, I could do autumn. I could do blessed. I could do a bunny, wheat, blessed again, a bird, Stay cozy. Yeah, right. We were burning up. Oh, this maple leaf is really pretty. That might be too big. Okay. I don't have time. I don't think I have time to sit here and play with it. I don't have time to play with that. We could put gather. Oh, and it's got the brown. Okay, so it ties in the brown. So let's do that. And I'm going to do that with the stinky glue. The Fabri-Tac or 3-in-1 or whatever. And that doesn't cover up, oops, too much of our picture. Yeah, so we were pooped. So we came home, and I'm going to have to trim that, but I will do that at a later date. We came home and just crashed. And just watched TV. And so oh yeah, we watched the race, and I do have a big TV I could put here. Not in that bucket. Oh, it's right here. I printed off a little one. This is Elizabeth's big TV. I printed a little one. I should have printed a... See, I printed a really little one. I should have printed one with him and I sitting. Maybe I'll go back and do that. Print one with him and I sitting there on the couch. So I might go back and finish that one. And then the next day, I don't think I have time to do the next day. I don't. But my niece came and she helped me clean the kitchen. We were going to work on unloading the stuff that was in the boxes that we had just brought over. And we were zapped. I was like, I don't want to look at that stuff again. So I was just making sure I got everything on there. Okay. So I did not want to even look at that stuff again. So we cleaned the kitchen, and I did make a video before she came. And then we need a cluster. Well, this one ought to be easy because it can be any size. I like that one. That is a die cut that that Hope gave me. This one doesn't really match. Pumpkin Patch, Maple Whispers. Kind of teal. That would match over here. I don't really need extra writing room. I could go over the... No, I can't. I'm tempted to put this one here because it takes up more room. But, I mean, we're not going to have time to finish this page anyway today. But, I don't need both of them. I could put that there. That's kind of pretty. What do you think? Should have made this bigger. I know there was something else that I had to put on here. Let me look and see what I printed off. Oh, I did some Instagram stuff. That's what I did. So anyway, I may just finish this page without you, and you got the gist of it. It's nothing special. And then in the next video, maybe pick up, because I want to do some more current pages. As a matter of fact, if we have time, I want to put these where they go and finish out the book. I was a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday short on my days of the week, so I just printed out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So instead of printing a whole other page of them, because I really didn't need a whole other page of them. So, yeah, so these go in the back. That goes in the trash. So I'm thinking that I did this before she came. I did that before she came. I made a little video reel. I'm almost wanting the cluster over here, except if I put this up here, then this gives me all this writing space. And so that's why I'm thinking about using this space for this. As a matter of fact, let me just go ahead and glue the number on there. Well, let me finish my thought, what I was doing. Okay, so Sunday the 26th, 28th was a Tuesday, 29th was a Wednesday, 30th was a Thursday, and Friday, I hope, is the 31st. That does not look like a Halloween page, does it? Yeah. I didn't think so either. But anyway, so I'm going to get this glued on. I lost my, oh, there it is. I was going to say I lost my day for that day. I'm going to count up my clusters again. I still have the Halloween one to make. Oh, I want washi on this. So I need to find my little Halloween, I need to find my paint swatches, and I just had them the other night because I was just using them to make clusters. So, because I think I still need one more. So if I still need another one, I might just make a bigger one for this day. And then that matches and call it good. But I'm thinking that there regardless, right? And I have no clue as to what color washi to put down. We'll slide that little Instagram thing right under there. I'm trying to get better about Instagram. I don't think to post like my journal pictures or whatever. But this one I did like a flip through. It was like October so far kind of thing. I'm not going to glue that down yet. I'm not going to commit to that. But I am going to look to see if there is a washi that I want. Unless I just use this pumpkin one. Pumpkin everything. I could use that orange gingham. Oh, wait. Wait. I could do these leaves. They have orange and green in them. I keep forgetting about these. That'll work. That'll bring some color over to this side. And some decoration over to this side. And it also strengthens that paper. And then we'll decide what cluster to put here when I count my clusters. So for right now, I think that's it. And yeah, so then we pick up with the current week. Yeah, or this is part of the current week, I think. Yeah, because today's 27th. It's okay, now I'm a week behind. So I'm going to do another one tomorrow, and then I'm probably going to have to switch gears and start making October or November journal. I can show you really quick what paper pad I'm using. And I can tell you that it's Hope's fault. I went by Michael. She had given me in the Fall Happy Mail. She had given me some of this paper with the bunnies on it. I think it was a bunny holding pumpkins. So this is kind of a pink and magenta and purple. But I love it because it has the turkey. So that's why I want to use it for November. Like this would be a perfect Thanksgiving page if I can time that right. This is the gold. This is also, see here, this is what she gave me. The bunnies holding the purple pumpkins. So that's why I did the eggplant and the gold. Because see the gold in it. Now that one, I probably won't use one that is foiled like that. But there's just white pumpkins too. Solid pink. I love this page. I don't know that I'm going to do the blue or teal in it. I did the teal in this one. I did teal in September. I love this. Love those. So that matches my eggplant really well. My papers that I dyed. And that's pretty. Just a pretty fall picture. That's cool. I love all the little cut, the borders. And then here's some gold with just leaves. And this is full of sweaters and teapots and socks and muffins and baskets of wood for the fire and books and blankets. And I hadn't seen that one. Just looks like wheat growing in a field. Look at the barn and the little trees. And then that's all the shades in a lighter color. That's very pastel, but I might still use it. And then just some wood grain. And some more teapots and books. And this green I might use. And then some cut-aparts. Time for fall, let's eat. Oh, hey, pumpkin. Hello, fall. Cozy days, pumpkin everything, and thankful. So, anyway, that's what I'm going to be using. And the reason why I showed you that is because I'm going to tear out some of these, and I've been looking at digital kits, and I'm going to print some on the back. So when I go to do my journal, I'm already going to have my paper picked out. So I just thought I'd let you in on that. Just, you know, before I do it. And that way you have an idea of what I'm looking at. And I'm still going to use the gold book because I'm, you know, going to have gold in it. And anyway, well, I thank you for being here, and especially if you stayed this long. I'm sorry we went over an hour, and but I did want to show you that paper. So, all right, well, y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Y'all have a great day. Bye.